Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. James, are you there? Because he'll get a giggle out of that. Well, yes, that is the U.S. Italy curling match on my phone that I was watching. Oh, goodness. It was interesting because so there's currently controversy in the curling world. I know. I can't believe that he's not in chat and I'm talking about curling. You're not even here and I'm talking about curling. Bro. What? Uh-huh. Yeah. The Canadian player who keeps like tapping the stones. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's not allowed. Oh, I was giggling, James, because my phone was right here. Like this. Which meant that everybody saw that I had curling up on my phone. What women's team? It's not allowed. You cannot touch the stone more than once. As soon as you let go of the stone, that's that. You can't touch it again. You can only touch the handle. You can't touch any part of the actual stone either. Like, that's against the rules. It's actually interesting in this game, the US player, it was like her broom stuck or something. She was sweeping and like all of a sudden her rhythm got thrown and like she half swept and like the stone actually touched the broom, which again is not allowed. You're not allowed to like, so curling is like a gentleman's sport, if you will, where like you don't normally have like referees and things like that, which is why when the one team called the other guy out for touching the stone, he should have been like, yeah, my bad, and they should have resolved it. In this case, both teams were like, I messed up. Like, I accidentally touched that, while I was sweeping. Like, I didn't mean to, kind of thing. And so the teams together decided where things needed to be put. And when everyone was happy, then everyone went back to their, respective, like, and continued on with the game. But yeah, for the one team to be like, yo, you can't do that, and the Canadian to be like, F you, wild behavior. Okay, so today we got 3 projects. We got bingo to finish. We have 2 hats to finish. We have the red hat that we started, and then I have a hat that I am making for one of the friends James has made while he has been deployed. So that hat is actually in the other room. So I figure let's start here. And then I can go, because do you see who else is here? Snoozy? Being the snoozy cuddly baby. So I figure we'll work on these 2 things. If she gets up, I'll go get the other hat. But that's kind of the plan. Is to finish all the projects. You're working on your hat too? I love that. Hi, you're okay. I'm just gonna lift Bluey up, okay? Bluey, how did I do your eyes? I think that they're regular. Are they regular glue or hot glue? I thought it was regular glue, but that looks like hot glue right there. But I haven't heard anything about the Canadian women's curling team. Do you know what the drama is there? I'm curious. Hi, Susan! Same thing? Oh my god. You know, back in the day... Back in the day, we had a curling thread. Because James was, James was, like, sharing all his curling stuff when he was going to competitions and things. So if you want to drop... I'm curious. I'd love to see what's happening with the ladies. Wait! Susan! You've seen the men's one, right? I haven't seen the women's one yet, so I can't talk anything about that. You're not telling me that the men weren't double touching. That man touched twice. No, James, this is many years of curling stuff. There's stuff from 2023 here. Girl, yes! Oh my god! It was yeah! I don't know. Do I have the video of it that no. James, find a video. Find a video and send it to me. Well, that's what I just heard about Petrichor. I didn't know that something happened with the women's. That's where I'm like, wait, hold up. I think what is more upsetting is just the way that he reacted, you know? Like, the game that we were just watching, or that is still on, is that, you know, again, the ladies, the girl for the US, her broom accidentally touched the stone, and she was like, yeah, no, that was my bad. That was my fault. And so they fixed things. But this guy to be so volatile and be like, no, F you, and this and the other thing. Here we go. That's a... Oh, Lord. Hello? Susan, that right there? That's not allowed. You can't touch the rock. You can't touch the granite. You can't touch the granite, period. Yeah, I also love this, that evidently they knew in a post-match interview, Canadians have done this in other games and the refs never act, and they wanted them to force them to, like, rule more, fairly. So, like, because that's not a normal camera angle. Okay, is this the women's? Oh, hang on. Hang on, shush. Her finger dragged again! That's the men's one. Here, Susan. Okay, for all of those people who are like, he didn't touch, here's the video. That's a touch. That is extending the finger for no reason afterwards. And the issue really, Oh no, that's the same one. The issue really is that he continues to do it. It's not even that he did it once and it was like an accidental oops. It's that he continues to do it too. And yeah, that looked like she went like that on the stone. Right there. That looked like she brushed down. Mm-hmm. And for a game where every like hair matters, like touching it, I asked James, I said, you know, can it really make that big of a difference? And he was like, yes, it can. So, and again, like I said, for once, good job women, good job US for the women on our group where they accidentally, like I said, they didn't double touch. They were curling, and again, the broom handle hit the rock or hit the stone. Completely accidental. Like basically she was curling like this, and the rock and the broom handle stuck as the rock continued to move forward, and they touched, and both teams immediately were like, nope, that shouldn't have happened. And then they spent like the next, I don't know what, 3 minutes or so working together to figure out where things should have been placed and getting rid of the rock that was accidentally that was burned. So, but it just did the Canadians even win that match that they were cheating on? I'm honestly just surprised that they haven't like banned this player from playing. Like, he shouldn't be allowed to play anymore. Sorry. Don't cheat. Streaking! 75 streaking. Dang. Thank you, Petrichor. What did I end up doing? I did not do that. Okay. And another 10 stream streak. Dang, guys. Thank you. It's like you like being here or something. Wild. Absolutely. Share away. Grateful for these cozy vibes today. Me too. You went to Michael's for the supplies, so now you have no excuse. Oh, it's a literal project. Part of me was like, is it doing laundry? Because that's, you know, I got projects like that I've been putting off. But an actual project, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. That too, but this is an art thing. That's fair. Hi, Tigress. Overdue junk journal project you've been stressed about for weeks. I made the watercolor paper journal next. I want to glue some scraps of tissue and some Oh! That's cool. I've never done a junk
journal. I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh.
Is this bingo getting finished?
It is. Look, here's Bluey. And she needs her sister. Tigers, thank you so much for the 20-month resub. I appreciate you. Where's my dark pen? Sorry. No. It's definitely just the yarn. And, you know, she'll just... I hate to say it this way. She just won't be like a cuddly, plush. You know? Just something about the yarn just isn't color fast. Those eyeballs just chilling by the feeders sending me. Display only, yeah. Bluey was up in my toy net, so I'll probably put them both up there. Oh, hi! What's up, baby? Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were coming this way. Bye! She's like, Mom, there are all these dogs on your desk. Don't like all the dogs. Oh, hello. You're back? Finding off an old notebook, read all the pages out of scrapbook paper, it has all the maps. Oh yeah, see, that's like, I've done scrapbooking, but I haven't done like junk drawer. Actually, I have something coming from Amazon, and I'm kind of excited about it. I got a little 8x8 scrapbook, and I have my little camera that James got me, that prints out little like Polaroids. And it'll print out Polaroids like from my camera too. Also, here's your paper star, Tigress. Thank you for the resub. It'll print out pictures that I've already taken. Like, it doesn't just have to be taken by the camera. It can be. This is the camera. It's a Kodak. But I want to turn it into my rescue journal. And I want to put each of the kitties that we've helped and a little story about them if there's a story, and any like I have both Gandalf and Tigger's they take duct tape on the trap, and they put duct tape on the trap, and they write the animal's name on it, so that way everyone like picks up the right cat after they've dropped it off to be neutered. So I have Gandalf's and Tigger's like duct tape name, like, so I'm gonna print out on the little camera like pictures of everyone. I'm gonna include Maple, Artie, and Pippin too, because they were outdoor babies, like they are part of the story, and just like write like the days that they appeared, the day that they were like adopted or whatever. Just a little, yeah, I'm excited about it. Hi. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Do I get a kiss? Thank you. Oh, you guys couldn't see it. Dang it. She does this really cute thing where she like gives you a little kiss, but sometimes she also gives you a little nibble. I could put a whisker. I have to figure out how to add some whiskers. Yeah. She left me a whisker the other day. Hers are fun because sometimes they're like half black and half white. So we could do some scrapbooky stream stuff if you want. I'd be happy to like do a little bit of that on camera. But I love that you got all the stuff, Smoothie. Proud of you. Honey. What? You're so sweet. That's a really... I should not tease you with that. That's not a kitty toy. This is, though. I need to just put another camera on my throne wish list. So that way we can have it facing the right way instead of all of a sudden the camera just being sideways. My shiny beads and my pretty paper and floss and like, okay, I gotta start. You got this. What's the score, James? Five, 2. Uh-oh. What end? Also, why are they called ends? And not rounds? You would know. I don't have a clue. Wow, fake fan. Fake curler. Fake curling fan. Woo, woo, woo. I'm actually just surprised that in all of like your curling reading and knowledge that you don't know. Snowboarding's almost over. Did you see the little like video? Like they did a little short with Shaun White where he dropped in on the snowboarding like course, I guess, here in Paris or Italy. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Hi, Saren. Saren, look what you look at who's here. Oh my god. Wait. Girl. Girl, are you good? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. And then she looks over with these crazy eyes. Look at her eyes right now. You look absolutely insane. I love you so much. Saren, how was the end of your stream? I'm glad I got to hang out for a bit today. I missed hanging out with you guys. She'd never survive outside again. I know. I know. Finish up the main body. Ooh, nice. And this is what I love too, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, bye. Here, you want this? I know, you're feeling playful and I was trying to give you tummy rubs. Oh, oh, goodness. Wide eyes. Well, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Also, hi Liz. I saw you sneak in, and Sapphire. Welcome in. We are working on finishing like 3 projects today. Because I have 3 things that are really close to being done. One is finishing Bingo, who is right here. We just need some... We're sewing the ears, we have to glue the eyes, and sewing the nose. That's it. And then it's done. We're finishing our Melt the Ice hat. If you would like to purchase that pattern, if you type !melt in chat, you will get a link to both the knit and crocheted version of the pattern. All of the money that they are making off of the pattern is being donated to Minnesota I just immigrant relief groups. I'm sorry, my brain literally short-circuited watching her, like, which is wonderful. They've donated probably close to $700,000 at this point, just from the sale of the hat pattern, which is amazing. So we're gonna work on finishing that, and then I have a hat that I'm also knitting. I'm in like a knitting era, evidently, because one of the guys that James met while he is off doing Air Force stuff loved the hat that I made James for Christmas and commissioned me to make one for him. So we have to finish that too. So it's just a day of finishing, and evidently this. It is amazing. It's fantastic. And it's a woman-owned small business. Like, they've got 4 people that work there. And all of us who have small businesses know how much $700,000 would change your small business's life. And the fact that they're like, no, we're not making money off of this. Like, this is not a profitable thing. We're donating this. Is amazing. Girl, why are you biting the... Yeah, if I had $700,000, golly. Do you know how many kitties I would rescue? Oh, Sarah, and we were actually just talking. I have coming in the mail a little 8x8 scrapbook. To make a little cat like TNR / rescue scrapbook where I can put all their pictures and their stories and their names and when they were here. So I'm excited. All right. Back over here. Let's make your raid star first, and then we'll keep working. But how was everybody's weekend? I haven't asked you yet. Did anyone do anything fun? James and I watched a movie. Gotta love, like, Discord and Netflix. So we had a little Valentine's long distance date. And then I did a cheeky little Animal Crossing stream yesterday. Because I've really been enjoying playing that again. Oh, are you enjoying that? That's on my wish list. It looks really cute from what I've seen. I would play that on stream. There's so many things I want to play. I want to play that. I still want to play Town to City. Sarah, there's your raid star. Thank you again for the raid. If you need to raid and run, by the way, go do any post-stream self-care, any of that. Please go make sure that you do. You're welcome to hang out and chat or lurk. But thanks so much for bringing everyone over. Quiet, rainy weekend. Had a nice dinner with some of Spouse's out-of-town friends. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it started raining last night. There's still snow on the ground, but a lot of it now is melting. My parents will be up the next couple of days, so I have no idea what that means for stream. They're always like, you can stream. And I'm like, yeah, but if you're just like sitting in my house, like that feels weird, you know? I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday that they're taking me to. Definitely needs a lot of work though. Oh. I wouldn't recommend buying it in this state. Interesting. Okay. No, that's good to know. I don't have Game Pass anymore because they raised the price on that so astronomically that it was just... It didn't make sense. Like, for the handful of games that we would play on Game Pass, just buy the game. Just buy the game and be done with it. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. It's fair, not sure how much longer you keep yours. I wonder if, I mean, like, I know that James and I could share Game Pass. I almost wonder, though, if it was, like, Nintendo, online. Like, if it's a shareable thing or not. Like, if we all pulled together and got Game Pass, you know? All of us, like, chipped in $5 kind of thing. It's so ridiculous how much everything is. Like, all the time. Just everything. Not the vibe. Yeah, I wouldn't think it is either, but a girl can dream. Everything is subscription now. Yeah. Yep. And they're not like cheap subscriptions either. Like, it's not, you know, remember when Netflix was like $5 a month? You know, like, why is everything 7 to 2? Yikes. That's rough. Oh, I'm sorry. I leaned and I hit you in the head with this toy, huh? Yeah, you were having a bath and I just booped you. My bad. They shook on the 9th. Ladies, what happened? Dang. I have to continuously pay you for something I already bought. Wait. Wait, what are you paying Nintendo for? Oh, what a goober. I think what's wild is that they weren't even, like, on paper. Obviously, in gameplay today, they were the better team. But on paper, they're not the better team. So, you know, Pippin has a tiny orange dot on her head. And sometimes I think that the orange brain cell takes over. Sometimes I think that the orange just is louder than the others. Oh, well, I guess because, I mean, the internet, like, you're paying for the internet aspect of it, I guess. I don't know. It is frustrating that you have to pay online to, like, play. Morning, Emily. I don't know. Maybe a refresh. It's annoying. Subscription for games. If I'm paying for the internet and I pay for the game, I should just be able to use the internet. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you're paying for Nintendo internet in your house. I get that.
I'm an arts and crafts
There it
master.
is.
Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm?
Boop.
I hate when the thing just breaks. That's always annoying. But there it is. Thank you so much for the 59 months. That's such a long time. And I appreciate you. Yeah, red stars this month. Oh, I guess. Well, no, it's the 16th. I've been putting in the Discord near the end of the month, letting everyone vote on what color paper star we use next. Because it's fun, then, like, you look in the jar and you can see all, like, the different, like, oh, those are all January, or those are all February. Had to close it and reopen it to get your streak to work. That's annoying. I just realized I haven't had any other finishes on stream this year, right? I just realized that we haven't been keeping track of that. Or at least I haven't logged any in a while, and maybe I just haven't had one in a while that I've done on camera. of finished. Because we were keeping track of how many things I finished on camera. Emily, we're aiming for multiple finishes on a Monday. The goal is at least 2. The third one feels, like it's not gonna happen. Just because of things like, oh my gosh, look at the cat, and let me fold up some paper stars for subs and raids, and not that that's a bad thing, it just, you know, we get distracted. All right. I gotta get the glue. Orion, what have you do? Yeah. I know. Oh, what's your trick? Tell me. Oh, it's a secret? Sari taught you? Well, now I'm now I'm concerned. If you finish 2 things, you can start at least 4 new projects. That math checks out. That math does check out. I would only use my knowledge from Sari for good. But would Sari use his knowledge for good? It's not cheating if it's in the game. I have heard that. From a pretty reliable source, too, so... Like, I'm pretty sure that there's a song about how it's not cheating if it's in the game. Heard it from multiple reliable sources. I do, yes. I also only have one color of the wheat field. I only have, like, the greenish colored one, cataloged, so I don't have the others, so. Hello? And I really think it helps the people out. So I'm never gonna stop placing all the cabinets. It's gonna be a great time in my house. I just think of anyone who doesn't know Doc is like, what? Why are we talking about cabinets? There's multiple colors. There's 3 colors. Well, not only do they have to be down a little bit because there's also eyebrows that have to be put on. Heard the songs I went to as merch and was confused by the cabinets merch. Like, it makes no sense without context. No, it doesn't, does it? Girl, sit up and stop losing your eyeballs. What if I want to lose my eyebrows? Oh. How very 90s of you. Okay. And all of a sudden she goes from looking super weird to normal. Like, without those pieces, she looks really weird. They're gonna get glued. Look at me being all like... I plucked my eyebrows way too much. I'm very grateful that they grew back. And that I don't have to, like, draw them on. Like, that these that they came back, because it was rough for a period of time there. Gotta love being an anxious teen trying desperately to fit in, so what's that? Skinny eyebrows are in? Say less. Oh gosh, if I like go to pluck a stray hair now and again, if like there's one that's really bothering me, it hurts so bad. And meanwhile, there was a time growing up that I was just like, and I had skinny little eyebrows, so it kind of cracks me up how like that changes. Like the pain tolerance. Hi. I don't know where your food is. You should just eat it when it's down. That wouldn't grow. Wow. Y'all are... They have actual shape, yeah. Don't bleach your eyebrows, people. Yeah, I mean, I feel like bleach on your face is something that only a professional should be doing. Like there are warnings if you get bleach in your eyes on like the thing, and then you're just gonna like throw bleach around your eyeball area. That just...
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's easy to draw what I want. That's nice. Hi, Gina. A Dratini! Oh my god. How are you? How is your stream? Sorry. I'm being like, oh my god. What were you up to today? I'm watching you chat. It was good? Good. I'm glad. Well, welcome in, everybody. We are working on finishing multiple projects today because I have several that are like almost done. And so I am I'm gonna go. We're gonna finish it. Whoa, look at that! So many of us caught it. What? Hell yeah. Oh no, Curious. It didn't work, but I guess my hair was extremely clean. Yikes. Hey, I wasn't excluded. I know. I think did all of us catch it? I'm pretty impressed. But Gina, if you need to raid and run, go do any post-stream self-care, please make sure that you do. You are welcome to hang out and lurk or chat. We're actually going to be having ads here in a minute. That looks good. Curious did it. Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry. That's kind of mean that it left out just one person, though. Sneaks in to say, hail scissors! Very good. Very good, Calliope. Thank you for the lurk and the hail. I probably have one too, but... Gotta catch them all? Angela told me that there's like a Pokemon sleep game. So you can gamify sleeping good. And find Pokemon. I got it. I downloaded it. Alright. Here is your raid star, Gina. Thank you again for the raid. There are the ads incoming, so we are going to take a quick stretch break. Go ahead and stand up, take a stretch, get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, or just change how you're sitting. I have a very cozy kitten, so I'm probably just gonna move around here. And I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll play some words on stream. Nicely done, chat. I did the exact same thing as you, Shiz, where I was like, diamond! And then I realized there was only... Oh. There was only one D. Oh, goodness. Hi. You want your food? Here. I glued down the first eyeball and I was going to do the second one on that stretch break, and then I realized that some people might be curious as to what I do, so I stopped. Anyway, I pin it in place and then I just like lift part of it and I'll put a little glue along like the edge and then I'll push it down. I didn't know. I didn't know other people could redeem that. No extra D, yeah. Hi, AC. How are you? He took too long one day? He was here already. So, his fault. When he redeemed getting the first, yeah. He thinks that because he's not here and he doesn't necessarily know the exact moment I go live, that it's fair game for him. He's Jame today. Yep. I love that, like, Artie just came. She, like, ate 4 bites of food and then left. Oh, so you know what's gonna be interesting? At the end of the month, so my parents are coming up this week because I have a doctor's appointment that I need to go to in person, and I don't like going to things like that alone. And I noticed that Maple his breath has gotten a little stinky, and he has like one tooth that looks pretty gross. Like, I need to be better about brushing everyone's teeth. It's hard because Maple, like, the cats hate me brushing their teeth. Patch knows that he gets a treat, so he puts up with it. But the cats, they don't care. And so I tend to not do it, especially when, like, I'm overwhelmed by other things, and that's a problem, and I need to get better about it. Because I need him to now go and have his mouth looked at. And Artie also had an appointment just to get her rabies shot. Like, she didn't need anything else done. They just didn't want to give her too many things with her tummy troubles. Like, they wanted to, like, give her a few things at a time kind of thing. So Artie originally had an appointment at the end of the month, and then the vet was like, well, we can also, like, if you want to bring Maple in, we could do both of them. So my they're about to trauma bond with each other. My parents are coming to help me with that too, so that I can bring both of them in at the same time. But I'm like, oh, Just one out of the cage at a time. They're gonna be like, "What are you doing here?" You know what? I just realized that, well, Artie's just getting a rabies vaccine. She's not getting a checkup. I was about to say that's going to be one expensive vet visit. Um, put a big pile? No. See, because I can always add more. I can't put the ketchup back. So if I put too much, then I'm wasting. I don't even know why I'm like that. No one like taught me. Like, oh, don't be wasteful. At least not that I'm consciously aware of. Double vet bit. Yeah, I know. Because, like, nothing makes me more annoyed than when James, like, squeezes a bunch of ketchup on his plate and then half of it ends up going down the sink. I mean, most of the time he ends up eating, like, the first giant dump of ketchup on the plate, but once he puts, like, the second one on, like, no, you put it there, eat it. Just eat the ketchup raw. Don't waste things. I love that you think of that, though, Allison. Like, it might be silly, but hearing, like, the other day Sam messaged me and was like, I've been watching curling like crazy this Olympics, and I always think of you and James every time. And, like, I don't know, hearing that you guys, like, think of me outside of stream is, like, sweet. 'Cause I think about you guys, like, I think about stream peeps. Strategize my bites so I make sure I eat all of it. I love that you have a strategy. A catch-up strategy. So, in good news, my parents basically have sold their house before it even went on the market. They're just waiting for, like, a few things. Like, they had the people put, like, that they were interested in it, provided that it passed inspection and things like that. And, um, they had a few things that they needed or wanted fixed with the inspection. And they were like, okay, we'll fix those things. So basically, they sold their house. They're not going to be like, they're going to be moving earlier than the new house is going to be ready. So they're going to have to, like, rent for a little bit. But they're going to be up here sooner, and I'm so excited about that. I think that you got an evolutionary stone. I think. Don't ask me how to use it. I haven't figured out how to evolve Pokemon in this game. Curling after seeing the cheating scandal thing. Wonder what James thinks? Yeah. We talked about it. I wonder, like, so since James does do curling, like, he has, like, a clubhouse that he curls with. And they have, like, a group chat. I wonder what that group chat is like after the cheating stuff. I'm sure that there's been a lot of discussion. I like her with no nose. It's creepy. We're almost done. 2 more things to sew down. This, and then her nose. Cheating scandal, athlete talking about cheating. Wait, what athlete was talking about cheating live? Wait, I missed that. For theft? Not to mention Penisgate. I assume you guys all heard about that. This Olympics has been wild. Have you not heard about this? Have you not heard about this? Oh my god. Chat. I saw someone saying that he cheated on his partner in an interview. What? Got second with no fell. That's amazing. Congratulations. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, that's wonderful. So, so the ski jumpers. Norwegian biathlete admits to cheating on his girlfriend in post-win interview. So it's not even performance-enhancing drugs. It's just, it's it's... They're just injecting, like, fluid, to make themselves bigger down there. It's not even performance enhancing. Why? That's the $1 million question. So these are the long distance ski jumpers, right? Like you think about like the people who like take off and like fly for a while and then land. The thought process is that it makes, so the suits are regulated to prevent athletes from having any aerodynamic advantage. So they're not allowed to have any kind of padding or any kind of like anything that would make them, because then if you think about it aerodynamically, if you're flying through the air, the bigger your suit is, the more you act like a flying squirrel. So, I don't know, but all I'm thinking is this can't possibly be enough to make that much of a difference. And you also know that this is happening because some athlete was bragging about it. You would think petrichor, but no, because if you have more, if your suit is skin tight and you have more suit like this, and you think about the aerodynamics of like when you're falling down, if you have more like parachute like material, you fall slower and therefore you can go further. So they don't necessarily want you, like someone was saying, is it like a shark fin? Does it like cut through the air? So I guess you technically wouldn't want it to be really that much bigger during competition, but when your suit is being fitted, you would want it to be bigger. Here. Hold on. Here you go. So they have their suits, their measurements, including crotch height. So the crotch height bit, if your crotch if the crotch is like this and then it goes longer like that, then now there's more there. If it's no, oh, you guys can't see, right? So if Bingo's little suit here is fitted exactly, and then and then suddenly it's bigger, and now it has to be fit like this. Now there's all that extra. What is this? Now there's all this extra fabric that catches the air as you. The headlines this Olympic game have been unreal. Did they get in trouble for it? I believe so. They're trying to fudge the numbers for a flying squirrel suit. Correct. They're trying to make their suit more aerodynamic. The dimensions of the suit is strictly restricted because the total size of the suit can have a significant effect on the amount of lift that you can generate, which allows them to jump further. So enlarging could benefit the process where the athlete is subject to standardized body measuring processes. So the dimensions of their body would be larger than they would have been otherwise, allowing them to have a slightly larger suit made. So if you think about it, they're not doing this at the Olympics. Their suits are made prior. So the suits are made, and like in theory, they would be back towards normal. My favorite was the one article that started off, in a game measured in inches, some athletes are well, see, Allison, if they take that, then they're going to be at attention. Whereas this, it's just bigger when it's not at attention. It's just bigger in general. Because imagine going and getting like scanned for your suit and you're just like, howdy. And they're going to be like, can you put that away? Wiremen. Yeah, can you're not going in there to get measured for your suit. Also, why would you be talking in an interview about cheating on your girlfriend? I just want to know what he said. He was trying to get her back by saying what? I'm sorry I cheated on you? Oh, hi, James. No, that's horrific, Smoothie. By telling the world and embarrassing her more, yeah. He probably... all the blood flow, you know, it just... Oh, James, I texted James and I was like, you're missing top tier content on my stream right now. We're talking about Penisgate in the Olympics. And evidently there was some athlete that won, a medal, and in the post interview talked about how he was cheating on his girlfriend. And another athlete was banned because they were stealing. Run so fast and far that you win the Summer Olympics. And then we have the curlers who are booping stones. Baby, that was such a good text. That was... Could someone take a screenshot of that, please, and post it in the clips? What? I'm assuming you meant, oh yeah, I heard about that. But Ochi head bout yast is, an option. Oh yeah, Elf, we're just talking about all the cheating that's been happening in the Olympics. We talked about Penisgate, we talked about the curlers going boop, the biathlon guy. I just found out about this guy from chat. So what a wild time to be. Does anyone have a link to a clip of this guy being absolutely moronic? Because I'd love to watch. I would love... Are they really silly? Oh. He was cheating on her 90 days into their 180-day relationship. So, half of their relationship. Spoiler alert. Don't be with a cheater. Don't get back with a cheater. There are very few times that breaking up with someone and getting back together with them actually works. Most of the time, if you break up, it's for a reason. Just don't stay with someone who doesn't respect you, okay? Just don't. If you go back, they just learn that they can get away with it, yeah. There's a reason you break up and it's usually not fit. Yeah, like, and I say normally, because I feel like sometimes people end up, like, I can think of people who have, like, broken up with people because they were about to be, like, deployed. Or they were about to, like, leave for school. Or something that wasn't, like, a problem between the two of them, but, like, the person was like, well, I can't drag you through this. Or something. And then they realize, like, no, actually, that was silly of me. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are instances, I feel like, where a split can be... But if it's because you don't like something that the other person's doing, or whatever... Okay, hold on. was actually addressed and they do fix it, yes. Exactly. Like, I'm not saying it never works out. I'm just saying most of the time.
Today I made the choice to tell the world what I did. So maybe there's a chance she will see what she really means to me. And maybe not. But I don't want to think I didn't try everything to get her back.
Whatever. So, his ex said,
Oh my god, how much you meant to me? If you meant that much to someone, then why were you cheating on them? What he initially said? Oh, okay. Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Can I... Logic. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay, he's speaking in another language. He says, 6 months ago, I met the love of my life. He's crying too, by the way. The most beautiful and kindest person in the world. 3 months ago. Oh, hold on, wait. I can maybe do it this way. Yo. Here. Wait, I figured it out.
Min største tabbe var utro mot henne. Og det fortalte jeg for en uke siden. Og det har vært første uke i mitt liv.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. If you mean that much to someone, they would never do that to you in the first place. They never put themselves in any position where there's any chance of that happening, yeah. It was a mistake. Me hearing Rachel's voice. What did you mean to put it in her purse? Thank you. That's one thing that pisses me off so much. If someone... It was a mistake. How did you make that mistake? How... Is it like those videos online, you know, where... Oh no, I thought you were... so-and-so. Whoops. You know the videos I'm talking about, chat. Like, how do you make that mistake? Anyone that ends up with him knows what he did. Oh yeah. Well, he went and made it public. He went and made it known. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You know, and that's the thing that bugs the crap out of us. Somehow we're back to Friends and how Ross is a piece of crap human. The fact that, like, Rachel gets back with him, like, one night stand, whatever. We're not talking about what led to Emma. We're talking about the fact that in the end, she gives up her dream to come back to a man who slept with another woman less than 24 hours after she said that she needed a little space from him. Disgusting. Gross. I constantly get confused by who is my partner. Yeah. They both had long hair. How was I supposed to know? A lot of people pressure their partner into an open relationship. Yeah, and you know, the other thing I think a lot of times, and this is not every instance, a lot of times people who push for an open relationship are probably already sleeping with someone else, and they think, yeah, let's have an open relationship so I can keep doing this and it's okay. And then as soon as their partner starts being with someone, they're like, wait, this isn't okay. Only I was allowed to sleep with someone. obviously this is not all open relationships, and, you know, this is just, I have seen this. Do I condone his behavior? No. Do I think people can do something and then later figure out it was a mistake? Yes, 1000%. I'm sure that he realizes that this was the biggest mistake that he made. But respect for the girl for being like, no, like, we're done. You know? Like, you don't get to do that. As a poly person confirmed that does happen. Yeah. Like, there are ways that it can be done, like, respectfully and in everyone's best interest, but that's only with open and honest communication with one another and, like, boundaries, and it needs to be, it can't just be something that you're like, I think we should do this. Like, it has to be something that, I don't know. Non-cheating partner agrees to open the relationship and finds an absolute gem. Yeah. That's not me. I don't cheat. My guy, you did. They ended up together in the end, especially because if he really wanted her, he could have gone to Paris. And I also kind of hate the whole, like, it almost feels like once they had Emma, like, there was no chance that she was gonna get away from him. And, like, you don't have to marry a person that you have a kid with. Like, you don't. Especially if they're toxic and they don't respect you. Also, like, that's literally just one group of friends. I hate to tell you this, but the world is pretty big. The people that you know are not the only options you have to date. Like, thank God Phoebe didn't end up with one. Like, that she found someone outside of the friend group. Like, that always bugged me. Normalize the Joeys. Amen. Amen. I always love how Joey's supposed to be like, oh yeah, he's like the womanizer, he's the this, he's okay. He's respectful. He doesn't do anything if the other person says no. He doesn't ever, like, oh. I liked Ross and Emily before the whole Rachel thing. And I think that Emily was valid in her crash out because she could see that he still loved her. Ask you for a second chance. The thing is, all of the burden is on you. You're the one hurting. You're the one that has to do the work to forgive and trust again. Yeah. I love Chandler and Monica. Yeah, like, having one set of the friends get together, I think, was fine. But having more than one, it was like, why are we acting like these are the only people you can date? Correct. Joey never told people that they were exclusive, and he even said that in some episodes, you know, where, like, he never cheated. I also think about, like, when he first told Rachel that, how he felt about her, which, by the way, he and Rachel should have ended up together. If you ask me, James and I have talked about this too, they made so much more sense together. They were like Chandler and Monica. There was an actual, like, love there. Oh, it's just made me crazy. But, like, he told her how he felt, and when she didn't reciprocate, he was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Like, it's cool. You know, like, I'll get over it. You know, he never made her feel guilty for not feeling the same way, and then all of a sudden she realized she did. And unlike Ross, who immediately tries to guilt you into, like, well, why don't you? I'm a nice guy. Nice guys don't say they're nice guys. Spoiler alert! A bit forward and perhaps a little dumb, but he also took no as an answer. Correct. Joey gives you bi energy. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I don't necessarily think that they needed to end up together. I guess I just liked him and Rachel better than I liked Ross and Rachel. If that makes sense. Like, Joey and Rachel made me happier than Ross and Rachel ever did. That's more of where I was Yes. I gotta go grab my stuffing. It's in the other room, and I'm gonna get the other hat. So give me one quick second. Okay. Both confessed to liking you, but one was like, no, that's cool. I can totally be your friend still. And the other punished you for it. Like, it's okay to be hurt and upset if you tell someone that you like them and they say that they don't like you back, but you can't guilt them into, like, liking you. It's okay to be upset. That's allowed. You're allowed to have feelings and be like, damn, I really liked you. That's a bummer that it didn't work out. And you can need a little break from the person while you, like, deal with that feeling, but I wish Rachel didn't end up with anyone, that Emily and her career were her true loves. Please, anything but Ross. Anything but Ross. Hell, Rachel and Barry over Rachel and Ross. Actually, no, Barry was just as big a piece of crap as Ross. Never mind, I take that back, because he was a cheater. But you get the idea. Barry was the worst. Rachel and the coconut bra girl. What the hell was her name? Arc of relying on men to take care of her, to find her. Yeah. That's how the story starts, with Rachel not being with a cheater. Well, she doesn't end up with him at that point because she just doesn't love him. Also valid. You know, Pokemon, it's kind of rude of you to bully one person. That's not nice. Can you, like, maybe... Yeah, we can do a point giveaway. For a film now, she probably wouldn't end up on her own and realizing she doesn't need a shitty guy to take care of her. Yeah. I guess that was... I haven't even watched the reunion episode, but I think in the reunion episode, aren't she and Ross still together? That's why I didn't watch the reunion episode. Because that made me more upset than anything else. Oh. I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Some shows have tried, I guess. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna do a ticket giveaway. Exclamation point, ticket. Enter to win what we work on Friday. Or to vote on. Oh my god, How I Met Your Mother is another show that pisses me off. Like, I look at shows like Gravity Falls that are intricate and interwoven, and it's a freaking cartoon. How I Met Your Mother felt like it did not have any... They didn't know who the mother was. They didn't know until, like, they didn't know. And that pisses me off. Like, they were just like, shoot, we have to come up with who the heck the mother is. That's what it felt like. It felt like they didn't know. Oh, the timer. Oh. I thought that there was going to be, like, some kind of timer that would remind me to start a giveaway. There we go. We have 10 minutes to enter the ticket giveaway. And then Saribot will remind me. How did I think I just glued her nose. So rushed when that should have been the whole point of the show. Yeah. They didn't know how to end. Yeah, it felt very rushed, and it felt like they didn't know. Like, again, I look at a show like Gravity Falls where there were puzzles hidden in, like, the very beginning episodes. There were little character, like, cameos that if you were looking closely enough, you would see them, and you didn't even meet that character until later. Like, it was so planned out. Like, there had to be, like, a crazy show Bible, if you will, about all of the, like, who's who. And then you look at a show like that, and literally the whole point of the show is, like, the guy telling his kids the story of how they met their mom, and, like, all of a sudden it's like, and yeah, that's how it happened, and it's like, what? Oh yeah, so we, on Fridays, chat gets to vote on what I do on Friday, and so I do a point giveaway at the beginning of stream. If you're here early, you can pick first, second, or third, and those people earn points, and we do one at a random point in stream as well, just to be like, hi, thanks for being here. So if you type exclamation point ticket and your name is pulled, you'll get to vote on where you'd like your points to go. It didn't need to be that intricate, but it just needed to be planned. It just needed to be planned. Like, it didn't need to be intricate. No, I'm just giving that as an example. Like, if some shows can be that intricate, why could this one not have at least known from the beginning who the mother was? And how the end was going to be. Like... Could have started with their love story and worked backwards. That would have been kind of neat. But, like, all the build-up with the umbrella and just all of it. Me too! Why spend all that time building their relationship just to break them? Right there with you. I mean, listen, I don't think that they were right for each other. Okay? I'm gonna be honest, they didn't make sense to me. But the storyline and the amount of time that they put into developing that storyline, it felt like that was just a waste of time, if that makes sense. Like, why was there so much energy and time put into a storyline that was just gonna fall apart? Absolutely share a hot take. Plot it backwards so they could connect it? Yes. Also, Elf, you've got a whole crawling toddler now. Or the crawling baby. Isn't that wild? Oh, that's an interesting take. Why is that? "5 minutes left on the giveaway." You don't think they were right for each other? I'm gonna need to glue again. I forgot. Because of the way that the eyes are, you kind of have to glue the nose there. Terrible communicators, yeah. Communication is key in any relationship. Friendship, romantic, partners, like not romantic partners, but like business partners. Like, communication is key in all aspects. Incredibly codependent. Leaves to find herself, yeah. Leaving didn't change much. They ended up being more codependent. I've never understood the whole "I need to leave you to find myself" thing. Like that trope either. Like, you can't figure that out with me here? Why? Felt like two people sharing one personality. I can see that. They were incredibly similar, yeah. Clearly different, but they make their differences work. You're high maintenance, but I like maintaining you. And they don't try to necessarily change each other either. Like, he doesn't try and make her less, anal about being clean. She doesn't try and make him stop being funny. Like, they just that's just how they are. Like, do they maybe make fun of each other a little bit about those things? Yeah. But, like, it's never, like, a mean or petty or hurtful kind of thing. Like, they're never trying to get at the other person. Like, they're never trying to make the other person upset. Oh my gosh, Sari, okay. You're excited about this winner. Last call, chat. Sari, what a pick me. Also, that was kind of perfect timing. No, I have to pull the winner. Bingo! Is that the command that I do? I got bingo! Gold star for bingo. Calliope, you're the winner. Calliope, where should your points go? E, you got it. I'm writing down that we finished bingo on the 16th. Hooray! Okay, so when I type finish as the streamer, it does add one. That's what I wanted to make sure. All right, we have a little spot that has to get glued. So I'll plug my glue gun back in and I'll make a gold star for bingo. I did. I marked it in the command. And now we're gonna make a star. Bingo! From Bluey. Look at these two! Okay, one thing that makes me really happy, and it might not be, like, super noticeable. I purposefully made Bingo a tiny bit smaller. I dropped a couple of rounds. Because Bingo's the little sister, and she's supposed to be a little bit smaller than Bluey. So you can't necessarily tell, but when they're sitting, like, she's a little bit... I didn't want to make her too much smaller, because then her other proportions wouldn't look right, like her feet and her arms and all of that. But I wanted it to be, like, a little bit. Like, so if they are sitting next to each other... I'll have to take, like, some oh, ads? Dang. Alright. Alright. Well, when we get back, it's knitting time. I figure we'll finish the red hat first, because I'm on the decreases. and so it's just going to get smaller, and I'll finish that. I still have like 20 more rounds on the hat for James's Air Force friend. Here's his hat. His hat is a merino wool blend. It's really nice yarn. I also had to double it up because it was a 3-weight, and the pattern that I used for James's hat is meant for a 4-weight yarn. And yeah, so it's 2 strands held together. But when we come back, we'll finish the red hat and then we'll get on to the other one. We're finishing stuff today. I'm happy. If neither of the cats used that couch back there, I could put the girls on it, but Bluey and Bingo shouldn't be there. All right, Bingo star in the jar. And wait, I have to add a tally that we had another finish. Boop. All right. Ad time. I'll be right back. Get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, stand up and take a stretch break. I'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty. Thank you guys for sitting through ads. So I went I went out into the other room. And Pippin is now sitting by her food bowl. Like, I don't know, it always seems to work when sister just sits by hers. That she gets more. And I'm like, girl, it's because your sister needs to gain weight. Like, she's just sitting by her food bowl out in the breezeway, and I'm like, baby. She also peed and pooped, so originally I was gonna glue that on the stretch break, but instead I was scooping a litter box. Ah, life with pets. Bingo! Alright. Hat time. I transferred these onto double pointed needles because it's just easier for the decreases. So, if you're wondering how double pointed needles work, you'll get to the chance to see it. Oh no, James. Oh, I'm sorry that you had an anxious day. I get that. I'm glad you're here. Oh. Health anxiety day. My own fault. That, you know, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. Anxiety is anxiety, and I get you. And you are not alone. And I wish that I could do more than just say that we're here for you. But we're here for you. And you're definitely not alone in that. So you know what? Speaking of health stuff, the doctor I'm seeing this week is my allergist. And I was curious about this because obviously MCAS is like another autoimmune disease thing. And so I was curious, and y'all, evidently like half of the, like, my thyroid and my PCOS could also be playing into the MCAS. So I need to talk to my doctor about that and be like, hi, is any of this... How do we get the autoimmune diseases to leave me alone? MCAS. It stands for mast cell activation syndrome. Oh yeah, the hives, Susan, are they're not back, but they're not gone again. They're not gone anymore. Like, after all the snow, and all the stress of my court hearing about disability and all of that other stuff, the hives are definitely more hivey. It's not like it was before. Like, definitely not. But, like, I'm trying to find a picture that's not on the back of my leg. Because I don't really want to be showing that on camera. Like, there are some that are back. I have one right now on my stomach that's driving me crazy. I don't know why. So, I'm interested to see if there's any thought on the, I guess, all the other autoimmune diseases playing into that, and if there's anything to look at because of that. Having thyroid issues since she has the virus and can't figure out why. Keep telling her it's flaring, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, like, needing to figure out more. There's more questions, that's for sure, that aren't answered yet. Your wrists and hands, stress, yeah. It's definitely... I don't know. So, I'm hoping that this doctor has some idea or some, like, a recommendation of who I can talk to try and, I don't know, have more of an idea. We'll see. I definitely believe in the power of, you know, good vibes and prayers and all that, so if anyone wants to send any my way that day, I will happily take them. And that's where I'm wondering, Susan, is if mine is stemming from my thyroid problem too. Because all of it, thyroid, PCOS, all autoimmune things. It is the injections, allergist. Yes. I forget what the blood test is called, Petrichor. But yes, I did have a doctor order that. So the issue is it doesn't necessarily tell you what the autoimmune issue is. It'll just be like, yes, you have an autoimmune issue. And then you have to go and you have to figure out what the issue is. So it's helpful, but it's also, you know, not. Right? I just want to be able... It feels like every time that I'm like, man, I just want to be the way that I was when I had this problem. And not when I had all these others. It's like a new problem gets added. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm being punished for wishing that things were better. I don't know. Right, when are the tricorders coming? That's what's hard, Emily. It's hard because you remember what it was like before and you don't want to, like, say goodbye. And it sucks. I'm sorry that so many of us understand that feeling here. I hate that. And I hate that so many of us are like, I just want to be able to have a life again, like Petrichor was saying. Like, I just want to be able to, like, function. And it's like, that's not, I don't think that's a crazy thing to want. I want to wear my pretty dresses I made and do a spin without getting dizzy. Gosh. Can you imagine? Like, I tried to be silly when we got our new rug. And I laid down and I went to roll on it. Like, wow, look at this great new rug. And, like, I went to, like, and I rolled. And I was like, nope. Can't roll. Can't lie on the rug and roll. That's a bad idea. And then the thing is that I immediately am like, oh, but don't get me wrong, higher powers that are listening to me, I'm grateful because I can drive again, and, like, that hasn't been affecting me in that. And it feels like if I, like, I have to be like, oh no, I'm not trying to say I'm ungrateful for the things that I. Hi, Hammy. Yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to keep knitting this. Okay. It's hard to be grateful sometimes. I love that, Petrichor. I wish that I could do that. Oops, that was the wrong decrease. I guess I'm just decreasing here now. I don't really know. I know life's not fair. Doesn't mean that I can't wish otherwise, right? That's what I needed. It hurts more when it comes from people who have gone through or haven't gone through what you have and they try to dismiss your emotions. Or they think that saying that is helpful, yeah. And you're like, it's not that I'm not grateful, it's just hard to... It's hard to be grateful at times when you know what things used to be like. This is where I'm confused now. Also, this looks really tiny. No, I guess that works. Anyway, it says, alright, so I was knitting 2, like right when I got to the end, right? You knit 2, and then you did a decrease, and then you knit 2, and you did a decrease at the beginning and end of each needle. But now I only have 5 stitches left, and it says to continue stitching this way until you have 3 stitches on each needle. Where am I meant to do the decrease? Because it's no longer going to be even. Am I meant... Because, like, if you look, the decreases come together here. Do you see how, like, it makes a point? No, but, so... At the beginning of each needle, I was supposed to knit 2, then do a decrease, and at the... So it was across 4 stitches at the beginning and end of the needle. So, like, I knit 2, then I did the decrease, and then I would knit until I got to the last 4 stitches, and then I would knit 2 together, 2 single knits, and then on the next knit, like... So I was supposed to do 2 and then knit together. Well, that's my issue, is that my pattern brought it to a point. It looks really good. So if I knit 2 together here, then I'm gonna have a weird knit, like, part of me is almost like, do I just end it there? And call it good? Because of that point. If I knit 2 together other places, maybe I could knit 3 together. Wait, knit 1, knit 3 together, knit 1. Then it keeps it in the middle. Also, how are you doing, Vibrant Pixel? It's good to see you. Sorry. Oh, squeaky floor spot. When people tell you that other people have it harder than you, yeah. They're trying to make you feel better, that at least you have a roof over your head, all you feel is guilty. For not being grateful enough. Yes. Yes, there is. If you do !melt in chat, you'll get a link to the hats, and you can see what they look like there. No, this is gonna get sewn together, evidently, and then we're just cutting pieces and braiding them. I'm hanging in there. It's not a competition. Truly. And I feel bad sometimes when, like, you know, I know so many of us are going through it right now. Whatever it is. We're all oh god, this is bulky as hell. I'm about to grab my crochet hook. I got it. But you're allowed to also be feeling it. You're allowed to be feeling the struggle, even if you know that someone else that you know is struggling too. It's okay. Oh my god, double-pointed needles! Don't be such a bitch. I guess it's just a good reminder that how we're all feeling is valid. Each of us, and what we're going through. And if someone says that, oh, well, so-and-so has it so much worse, or it could be worse, or it could be whatever. Like, yeah, okay, it could be. But it also could be so much better. And, like, why are we focusing on the fact that it could be worse instead of the fact that things could be better? You know? Incredibly proud to actually making progress on my debt. Also wish I didn't have to make progress. Because I shouldn't have had to have it in the first place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to feel that way, Elf, about anything. Debt, health, whatever. Like, you're allowed to feel that. Drive safe, silly! Use me as their reference for suffering. They'll say, like, it's the worst period I've ever had. I know it probably would be nothing to you, and I respond with, that's not the point. Your suffering is still suffering. It's still valid, and it must be. Yeah! Like, you don't... Pain isn't pie. Just because someone else has more pain or more suffering or more struggles doesn't mean that it takes away from yours. This isn't like a slice of pie where we only have so much. Everyone can be struggling, everyone can be suffering, everyone can be dealing with their own things in their own way. And it's fair. I mean, I understand, and I say this too, where I'll be like, oh, but I should be grateful because it's not as bad as whatever. Like, I feel like that's just almost becomes sort of shitty human nature. But we also shouldn't be thinking like that, too. Now I want pie. Pie. Student loans suck, yeah. College fund now, No, I don't blame you, Elf. You found that so frustrating to hear, yeah. Like, I feel as though all of us at some point have been like, we might have all been like, man, this person doesn't even know what it's like. And then I also feel like a lot of us are like, wait, hold on. This isn't a competition. It's okay. Like, people are allowed to complain and they're allowed to feel what they feel. little perspective can help, and being grateful for what we do have can help, but it's still valid to feel negative feelings. Yeah. And it's not wrong to be grateful for what you do have, even if you are struggling. Absolutely. Like that, there's nothing wrong with being like grateful in spite of the struggles. But I also think that it's fair. I think that what really becomes difficult is when people how do I like
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Tessa! Hello. Yeah, no, Elf, truly though, anything that you save is less money that she has to worry about. Tessa, how was your stream? Thank you for the raid, friend. Welcome in. Hi, Jen. Hi, Blue. How are you? Oh my god, Emily. Right as we get the raid. I love it. Hi, Fern. How are you? Tizza. Hello. It was a cozy stream. What were you doing? What were you up to? Thank you for the raid. For friends who don't know me, my name is Megan. Welcome in. I am a neurodivergent variety streamer and crafter. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting. We are knitting right now. This absolutely lovely hat. And if you would like to knit one too, or maybe you're not a knitter and you are instead a crocheter, the hat pattern is $5, and all of the proceeds are being donated to various Minnesota immigrant groups. And the last time, a couple of weeks ago, the sale of just the pattern of the hat has generated over $650,000 to be donated. So it is based off of a old Norwegian hat in the 1940s that were a visual form of protest about Nazi occupation. In fact, they got so upset about it that if you were wearing a red hat, you would get in trouble. And so it became a very powerful symbol, and they have remade it as the Melt the Ice hat. And then I went a little further. Chat. Back in the day, this is really fun. Back in the day, people used to knit code into things. It was a way to pass messages or to kind of pass along secrets. It was used a lot, again, in like World War II, where people would be out just knitting, and sometimes they were keeping track of train schedules. Or different things like that. But did you know that there's an actual Morse code that is knit speak, if you will? So these are the letters. And so I went ahead and I figured out how to knit into my beanie a code, just like they would have. And if you're wondering what it says, this says, "Fuck ice." Knit right into this beanie. So it's just a little extra space. Just, you know. Because they don't, you know, it's that code that they used to use. So like back in the day, maybe they would skip stitches when a train would come by, or maybe they would knit like letters into different things. And then they would go up to a soldier and be like, "You look so cold. Here, have a scarf." And in the scarf was the code. And that's how like secrets were passed. And I love that. So it's knit into the hat right here with like the knits and pearls. You can see right here. So it's just, you know, I'm chronically ill. I cannot go to actual protests. My husband is deployed right now. I'm not going anywhere alone, that's for damn sure. But you know what? I can knit a red hat that I'll wear out and about because, you know, it's like seeing someone with a pride pin on. You just feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, you just know that that's an okay person to be around. Also, Susan, they also have a crochet pattern too, if crocheting is easier for you. So that link there has both a knit and a crochet version, if one is easier than the other. Also, the designer is a woman-owned small business. So, and they're still going ahead and donating all of their money that they're making. Like, as a small business owner, if I had $700,000, that would be life-changing. And instead, this person's like, no, I'm not making profit off of this. This is going where it's needed. And we love that. Crochet is way harder, that's fair. It can be your challenge. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask. I started knitting this on stream the other day, and I do also have on my YouTube channel a basic knit video. Like it's a two-parter, I think. And it's like the basics of knitting. Actually, the basics of crocheting might be my two-parter. The knitting one might be one. I don't remember. Giving those hats with those message in them to agents of... Oh my god, that would be funny. But welcome. And you were playing that new... So we were actually talking about that game. Are you enjoying it? I think that you've been playing it a lot, so... I would say that... that you are enjoying it. It's on my wish list. It's very good. It's so much fun. I've seen a couple of people play. I may have been lurking in your channel the other day, Tessa, when you were playing. And it looks really, really cute. And I loved like the clothes and the outfits and all of that too. Like the style. Don't ask me my hours. I would never, Jen. Hours are between you and Steam. Well, now I want to know. I used the timer with Seribot and it helped us remember. Yeah. It did. Oh, and so we were knitting today, but this is going to be our second project finished today. The first thing that we finished crocheting Bingo from Bluey because we already had made Bluey and we needed to make Bingo. So that was what we started with. So these were crochet. I love them so much. They're like fuzzy yarn. Wait, does Bingo have a spot on her back? Does she have a spot I need to make? I'm gonna scream if there is. Girl, that giveaway's closed. We remembered. We opened the giveaway and we closed it. Bummer, I know. That's okay. I hate working with that yarn. So many people like make patterns with it and people are like, oh, those sell so well, you should make... I'm like, I hate that yarn. I hate that yarn. It's fuzzy. It's fuzzy and it sheds everywhere. Okay, so the pattern doesn't have a spot. Hang on. I don't think the pattern had a spot for Bluey either, and I just added the spots because Bluey has spots on her back. Damn it, she does have a spot, chat. No one will know. It's fine. The pattern technically doesn't have either of their spots. I added Bluey's because yeah. Alright, Bingo. How do I even want to make her spot? Unfinished! I just don't get to add it again. Dang it. I feel like the top of my hat is so much smaller than the example. Oh, yeah, but rarely it's ladies. I'm just saying. We have talked about the most unhinged things on stream today. Like, absolutely wild. No, because I did the... Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe, I get what you're saying, because if their example was knit in, DK or fingering weight yarn, and mine is worsted weight, I have less decreases to do. I get what you're saying. Boop. I'll probably stitch up a spot since Bluey has one. I can't do it for one and not the other. But it does mean that we will... I mean, I already said that I doubted we were going to finish the second hat today, because the second hat has like 20 more rounds to go before it's time to cast off. So, but we finished 2 things today, so hell yeah. Or you could just take Bluey's spots off. They're sewn on. I'm not undoing them. Finish. Finish. Woo! Melt the ice hat. Second finish today. I'm unstoppable. I gotta do the tassel. God damn it! Okay, wait, the tassel's just braids. The tassel is just a braid. It's not actually... I don't have to crochet or knit anything. I just need a... I prematurely finished twice! It's the injections, okay? It's the... How many of these do I need? 9 of them? How many times have we, you know... I'm not even gonna finish that. So close to finishing! Tessa, did you hear about the stuff going on in the Olympics? All the cheating? I'm sorry, I should have told you if you needed to raid and run to go. And instead I'm like... One, two, three, four, five, six. Seven. Cheating is always icky, but like cheating at the Olympics, that's just like a new level of ick. You know? Alright. Six. One, two, three, four, five, six. A what? Oh, a thing to hold when you're braiding? Yeah. You could use a clipboard. There are a couple different ways that you can do it. But just because of like the shape of the hat. This way is just easier. I feel like these needed to be longer for this hat. My blocking foam is in the basement. Good idea. Yay. Really done now. For realsies done. I definitely... Well, maybe not. Either way. Boop. My hair is a mess today after taking the hat on and off so much. That's okay. Wait, cat food. Chat, you almost let the food go everywhere. How could you? I saved it. It's darker. But the tassel, it could almost be a fez. Doc's infiltrating the stream. Alright. Bingo's back spot. This is gonna be a chain, not a magic ring. Oh yeah, Norman absolutely yeah. This should hopefully only really need to be... How did I do blueies? Are they half doubles? Yeah. Oh, no worries, Petrichor. I did that last night. Thanks for hanging out. Saved it. It's very soft. It's also a big old pain in the butt to work with. Because, like, it's just a bunch of fuzz wrapped around. That's the yarn. Those two little thin white things, that's the yarn. The rest is just fuzz. We're gonna need one more round. I made one project with this yarn, never again. I don't blame you. I do not blame you in the least bit. When it is cut, yes. If it's not been cut, like this bit here in the middle, it wouldn't just do that like randomly. But I feel like, again, if it's something that gets loved on a lot by like a kid, and you don't know how to crochet with it, also, yes, fair. It's fun freehanding something that you don't need to write down, because you're not going to ever make again. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks... I probably could have made it like one thing smaller. Like in the middle. It's fine. Then the looser fluffy ones. The loser. Yeah, Bingo's not a loser. She also has a spot on her tail, it looks like, but I'm not doing that. Because Does she have a spot on her tail? Stop it, ads. No. No ads. Go away. She does have a spot on her tail. Dinner time. I wasn't even looking. It was just there. I noticed it. And then I had to look to be sure at like other pictures. That's fine. It's easy. I just have to sew it. I don't even have to sew it on stream. But look, it's made. It's just gonna go like right there. I did remember both the bowls and the tickets, yes. I succeeded in both. And now my bingo is canonically accurate. At least as far as yarn bingo goes. Where? What did you do with the real Megan? I don't know. But the one that's getting things done is welcome. We love her. There's the needle I want. Alright, I gotta go check the cats. Because the camera's not working. So I just need to make sure Artie's not eating Pippin's food. So I'll let the ads run now real quick. And then we can sew this down. Have a good one, Susan. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Okay, ads. BRB. Artemis. I know that we're still in ads. Do you want to tell everyone what I just pulled you away from doing? She scratched me. So, she wasn't in the breezeway with Pippin, and I had gotten an Amazon thing that I needed to pick up. So, since she wasn't in the breezeway, I was like, okay, let me grab the package off the front step. I walk back into the house. She's gone. I walk into the breezeway. Pippin is being a sweet angel baby and sharing her food bowl with Artemis. Like, good girls, way to share. Please stop. And, like, it kills me because clearly she likes her old food better. And that kind of crushes me a little bit because she can't have it. And I just... I mean, Artie's so small, she just, like, sneaks in. It's fine. This is the only time that they can eat each other's food. Because they're separated otherwise, normally. Like, or at meal times, I should say, they're separated. This is the only meal time that they're both out. I just can't think that, oh, she's not there right now and leave her. I just have to separate her. I wish that she could have her old food back. I asked them because she did not have issues with it before until, like, she had issues with it, you know? And they were like, no, we're just gonna keep her on this one. She clearly likes the old food better. Because she has food in her bowl right now and she's not eating it. She's pawing at the gate, trying to get back to where Pippin is. I'm gonna talk to them. I'm taking her to the vet next week. And I'll mention it to them. I just feel so guilty because, like, I don't know. Artie. Or, like, even giving her, like, a fish-based diet instead. Because, like, in order to take her meds, she gets, like, a fish-based squeeze treat. Girlie, come here. I know, but she doesn't understand. She doesn't know why she can't eat the food that she likes. No, I know that I'm not doing anything wrong. I just feel bad because, like, you can't explain it to them. And she's like, but why? Why does she get to eat that? And why does she get wet food? The other morning she was in the little heated hut and she didn't want to come out, and I was like, okay, I'll get Maple and Pippin's wet food ready. And Artie came into the kitchen as I was doing that, like, you mean there's still wet food happening in this house? And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, all this time. And it's like, yeah, I know. Do I have that? Is this it?
Sorry. Tell you what, I'll give you a little squeeze treat, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Tell you what, I'll give you a little squeeze treat, okay? You can't have this.
Love you, Emily.
Sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I know, you don't understand.
Oh, poor babies. Their thought processes, they're not that deep. Hi, Sari. Clip clop and all that, right? Clip and clop, yeah. You know, there was a period where I was like, why is Tessa's raid about, like, why is it a horse thing? And then I realized Tessa has horses. There was a period where I was like, I wonder why she's got a horse thing. Oh, right. Megan, just a fraction of your brain. Please use it. Our local horse girl, yes. Everyone needs one. A local horse girl, that is. Pippin's now having the zoomies in the other room. Oh my gosh, this stupid yarn. There we go. Oh, Patch, I know. Life is so unfair. I too would like to just cry in my office. But we all have to soldier on. Also, Jen, I realized with Heartopia that I hadn't gotten to, like, the right guild level in order to be able to, like, start those events. And that's why I couldn't do them. Patch, what was me time? Yeah. He's like, oh, we're complaining? I too enjoy complaining. Yes, please add me. Sharp! Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you? How is your stream today? Hello, Flava. Hello, Certain. K-pop, hello. Oh my goodness. Super Chip, hi. Cadmos, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How was your stream today? What were you doing? Or I should ask you what you were making. I'm pretty sure I know what you were doing. It's probably something to do with balloons. But I don't want to assume. But welcome in, everyone. Hi. Sorry, let me refocus here. My name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety crafter. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting. We've actually crocheted today and knitted. we finished 2 projects. We have our lovely Melt the Ice beanie. There is a really fabulous story behind this. If you would like to type !melt, it'll bring you to the pattern and a little bit more about it. So we finished knitting that, and we also finished crocheting Bingo from Bluey. And we also, if you're wondering, Bluey has been made too. So, we're just finishing sewing her spot on. A snow-covered microwave. Abandoned on a Cleveland Park bench. Fascinating. Do you happen to have a picture of it? I know when I end up rating someone, they're always like, do you have a picture? And I'm like, I haven't taken a picture yet, but I'm gonna have to go find a picture of this at some point. That, you know, I love the creative mind and the ability to just get a prompt like that and come up with a way to do it. You know? Like, that's... Yeah, why a snow-covered microwave on a bench? Was there a reference? Did you see a snow-covered microwave once on a Cleveland bench? I love it. I love the way that your minds work. It had a cult following for about 3 weeks until the city disposed of it. I love the internet. I love the internet so much. Because of course it had a cult following for 3 weeks. What do you mean? Of course it did. Evidently I missed that meme. But Sharp, here is your paper star. I didn't even mention that. We do paper stars here anytime that we get a raid or a sub. So you are now part of a star jar for the year. Thank you so much for bringing your community over. If you need to raid and run or do any kind of post-stream self-care, please make sure that you do that. You're welcome, of course, to lurk or chat. I love this so much. I feel like Sharp was, you know, they finished that project and they were like, I know just where to bring this chat for chaos and slight shenanigans. Let's come over here. Hi! Speaking of, Artie's eating her food. She's grumpy. Here's an Insta post explaining it. Beautiful. How a microwave became a Cleveland Christmas story. What started as a random abandoned appliance turned into a week-long moment of community generosity and internet magic. About 2 weeks ago, someone abandoned a microwave on a bench and a passerby posted a photo and it quickly spread across Cleveland's Reddit and local groups, drawing curious visitors from all over. People began stopping by, naming the microwave Mike and leaving small offerings. Before long, someone even added a second microwave on another bench. During one visit, a woman and her nephew opened the microwave and discovered a free Kirby game someone had left behind. The kid lit up, calling his dad to explain where it came from. Strangers continued showing up to take photos, leave gifts, and talk with one another. A joke turned into a shared experience and unexpectedly a little bit of holiday magic. What if we kissed at the Cleveland microwave bench? Drove 40 minutes to visit our overlord. To the random people we met here, also leaving offerings. Let me know if you'd like the selfie with. It's so beautiful. My offering was an empty bottle of fancy tequila I found on the sidewalk. Chilly but pretty sunset visit. May the holiday season fill your hearts with joy and electromagnetic radiation. Here's an ugly link. I love ugly links. I love you guys. I love whoever submitted this. I love that you made this. I love everything about this. You know, this is art. Make me a bicycle, ya basic. It was what you said it was. Yep. Oh my god, someone brought... He was cold, so I let him wear my scarf. Oh god. That's so sad. It just sitting there in the snow. I also, I really appreciate the attention to detail. Like the plug here and the plug here. That's beautiful. You would appreciate attention to detail. Okay, my pattern here for Bluey and Bingo didn't include any of their spots. These dogs have spots, so I made spots, even though you don't see it because, you know, when they're sitting on the shelf, you gotta, like, now I'm making the back spots for Bingo because they didn't have them in the pattern. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I could. It's gonna sit over there in, like, my toy net of crocheted things. So yeah, in theory, I know. You need the details. It needs to be accurate. This balloon definitely only looked good from one angle. No. See, we can have all the details and still only look good from one angle. That's okay. That is absolutely acceptable. Spots matter. They do. It's about priorities. So did that microwave. True. No one took a picture of the back of the microwave. Art is about priorities. I agree. No spots? How dare? Yeah, the pattern's really cute, but they didn't have any spots. And I'm like, you're kind of missing a key point here. We gotta... As someone who owns a Dalmatian, spots are important, okay? We can't ignore them. Hi, miss. Come here. Come say hi. She's like, no, I'm still grumpy at you. Unacceptable, yeah. So I just free-handed these. I have a very intense love-hate relationship with this yarn, by the way. For anyone wondering, I feel like this stuff went viral, right? Everyone's making patterns with this yarn. Everyone is selling things made out of this yarn. This yarn is fuzzy. And it comes apart. And when you're sewing with it, it does stuff like this. Because that is the yarn, that white bit inside the fluff. The fluff is just on top. So when you work with it and you sew with it and it just starts fuzzing and becoming, it was Bing. Close that pen before I draw all over her. I would cry. I would cry if I covered her in ink. Anyway, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. If you need to go do some post-stream self-care, get something to eat, please feel free. You're welcome to chat. You're welcome to lurk. That goes for everyone else here. We are very lurk-friendly. I stream, by the way, I always forget to mention this, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Is it 6:25 right now? Shh. We're not talking about that. The start time is solid. We start at 3, but the end time can be a little, you know, wibbly wobbly. You are back! Hooray! We realized, Petrichor, that the pattern didn't have bingo spots. So we just freehanded some spots real quick. And I needed to sew it so that I was actually truly officially done with her on stream. So yes, that's why we're still here. I make the rules and I break the rules. Yep. They're my rules. I'm allowed to break them. Would have been a little hard to find that gold star. Nah, I just would have finished it off camera, but we gotta finish it here. We're so close now. We just gotta get over here. And it's done. Gosh, what should we do tomorrow? We finished 2 projects today. Do we go for the hat? Do we go to try and finish the other hat? It was a second hat. I didn't finish the third thing. I honestly did not think I would. It was a little ambitious to finish 2 knit hats, especially when I have 20 plus rows left to do on this one. It was a little ambitious, but I initially thought that I was going to be, at least working on all 3 projects, and then we got distracted by the Olympic cheating scandals, and we kind of had at least a 30 to 40 minute tangent about everything. Do it. Oh, hi, you're back. James, you missed it. So, on the last stretch break, I went to go make sure Artie wasn't eating Pippin's food. And she was sitting in the living room, and I had a package outside, so I went and I grabbed it because she was sitting in the living room. I came back, Artie was gone. I was like, she must be in the office. Nope, she was in there, and Pippin, being the sweet angel baby that she is, was sharing her food with her. And Artie was just in there eating away, happily horfing down Pippin's food, and Pippin was like, this is fine. Like, it was so sweet that Pippin didn't get angry or didn't try and fight her or, like, tell her off. But, like, girl, I'm gonna talk to the vet when we go next week, 2 weeks, at the end of the month, and I'm gonna see if we can't try to get her back. They're probably gonna say no. But, like, now that she's on her meds, like, is there any way? Because clearly she prefers that food. She is eating hers now, begrudgingly, because I won't let her back out there. But Pippin was probably like, this is fine, I'll just steal her food, probably. Or she was like, that's fine, because I steal her food all the time. Okay, bingo is officially done. She has her spot now. She is accurate now. At worst, you could try it. If there's problems, swap her back. Yeah. Like, her auto feeder allows you to, like, I can have 2 different foods in her auto feeder. So, like, I could have it be, like, a half and half mix, you know? 2 full finishes. Whoop, whoop. I do think, though, that they're probably going to say no. I could make Bingo's nose a little bigger. Bluey's is definitely bigger. I think that would help. But that's like fiddly things. Also, because I know that you guys can't see when it's sitting like this, Bingo is a tiny bit smaller than Bluey. Because Bingo is the little sister and she is smaller than Bluey in the show. So I purposefully made her a little bit smaller. And I kind of love that. Alright. Yeah, you can't have them be the same size. Now I have to clean up my desk. 2 finishes in 3.5 hours and a tangent. Yeah. I did. Yes, if you do exclamation point finished, you'll see how many things I have finished on stream this year. Or is it finishes? It's finishes. I'll edit it so that it can also say finished. I've also been like hard at work on like some bigger projects off camera. Because I feel like I have not had as many finishes this year. But I'm also working really hard on some big projects that have not been worked on for a long time. And I'm making good progress. I've been posting on Instagram in my stories every time that I work on the cat cross stitch. Oh yeah, sneezes are gonna way, way, way out rank the finishes. Absolutely. But if you come over here and you look here, right, there's a story. Can I click through so we don't have to watch it? All right. And like I posted a picture each day. I am still counting sneezes. All right. This was all back in 2023, chat. And then I put the project away. I did like this much in 3 years. And I have been determined to finish it this year. So each day I post, it tells you like down here at the bottom how many stitches I did that day, how many total I completed. So I started off this year at 17.78% done and 9,221 stitches. And then this has just been what I've been working on off stream. And it's kind of fun to like click through and see the changes. So I'm now at 13,175 stitches done, 25.4%. So, hello, Miam. And I'm doing this project, that pattern, because it looks just like her. And I was like, I have to crochet, or I have to cross stitch this. Here. In case you haven't seen it. What you sniffing? This is the cross stitch. That's what it'll look like when it's done. And I'm like, that looks just like her. So, right? It looks just like you. You're such a stinker, stealing Pippin's food. You say it's only fair because she steals yours, though, right? She just bit my cord on my circular needle. Gremlin. Absolute gremlin. Okay, that's Artie's spot now. Hi. You see? Oh, you like this yarn? Yeah, soft and orange, just like you. Oh, goodness. It is not on, no. No, it would have leaked all over my desk by now. I love you. Alrighty, friends. That is going to do it for us today. I will be back tomorrow. And we'll all be knitting, I guess. We'll be working on a hat. Yeah. We'll be knitting. Oh my goodness. What a baby. But thanks so much for hanging out. If you are new, don't forget to hit the follow button if you'd like to come back. We'd love to have you. Lurkers are always welcome. Chatters are always welcome. You know, just hanging out. Of course. Thank you all for being here. Let's roll some credits. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Remember to eat something tasty, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself and other people. Remember you are loved. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let me see if anyone is on that I can raid today. Let's go say hi to KB.
I found my people.
Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome in officially. Let's go say hi to KB. KB is doing an 8-hour stream. So let's go give them some support because how long have they been live? 5 hours. Let's go give them some energy, some support, and some love. Copy those raid messages. The first one is if you're a subscriber, and the second one is if you're a follower. Let's go and say hi. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.